the Force. There were at least 3 or 4 times when I was growing up where I would sit quietly and then just slowly open my eyes and go. And probably one of those times I half convinced myself that like it shook a little bit or something. The other superpower I would have would be to have John Williams music play wherever I went. Definitely. That's probably worth it. I really get a lot just looking up at the moon. It's the moon! There's a thing way out there that's lit up by the other thing way out there. I love the idea that people just looked up at the moon and were like, probably we can get there, right? And everybody else was just like, I mean, I'm not doing anything. Do you want to like figure it out? I mean, my first love of space was the opening of Star Wars. You know, when Luke, walks out of his house after his uncle says, you got to stay on another season, and he goes up to the dune and he looks out over the 2 suns, and John Williams comes in. Dun, 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 dun. I just remember being like, yeah, let's do it. Come on.
Whether you like him or don't like him, there's nothing you could do about him because he's number one. Whether you like him or don't like him, there's nothing you can do about him because he's number one.
Here is a statement from our next Superman, and I quote, "Oh, it came to my attention before the internet got a hold of me, but my pie in the sky ambition is definitely to play Superman. I would love to see somebody do an upbeat throwback take on Superman. I love the Henry Cavill dark and gritty take, but I would love to see the next one be very bright and optimistic." Oh, you are wetting my beak, David. You are wetting my beak. James Gunn on Superman Legacy. I can't say I'm looking for any particular emotions to bring out through Superman, but I don't want it to be unemotional. I don't want it to deny that we as human beings are emotional characters and that Superman is also that. Well, yeah, that's the most endearing part for Superman, is that he's so humanistic and he's so much in love with humanity, even though he's an alien from outer space. Kind of ironic. Also, this one really puckered up my butthole in a really, 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 really good way. James Gunn liked a tweet regarding the fact that someone said, "Hey, David Corenswet, we like him as Superman. We want him as Superman. We need him as Superman, and I hope he's Superman." And James Gunn liked the fucking tweet. Now, this doesn't mean anything. This doesn't necessarily mean like, oh yeah, this is a confirmation that James Gunn is going to hire David Corenswet to be the next Superman. But I don't know, man. Me being the optimistic nerd that I am, I hope this is a good sign.
What did the kids say? We're really cooking now, or like right. You hear that all the time. Let them cook. Are people saying that?
Besides my dog licking peanut butter off my ass crack, this really just killed my boner. Apparently, Bradley Cooper turned down the role of Lex Luthor in Superman Legacy. Now, there were reports coming out saying that James Gunn was talking to somebody inside of his cast that, they were looking for a Lex Luthor, and apparently Bradley Cooper was at the top of the list, but Bradley Cooper turned it down, which sucks because I think Bradley Cooper would have played such an amazing, sniveling, rich tycoon douchebag as Lex Luthor. If you've seen some of the Lex Luthor comics, especially the DC Elseworld story Luthor, he looks exactly like Bradley Cooper bald, but it is what it is. I'm sure they'll find somebody else. But man, I really hope that David Corenswet really is Superman, bro. Because especially since James Gunn liked that tweet that someone said, hey, David Corenswet would be an amazing Superman, which he would be. He's a young Henry Cavill with better hair, not thinning. He's got the jawline. He's got the look. Just give it to me, please.
Know what that means? Licking my chops. Come on, bring them to me. Want that.
Also, reports saying the antagonist role in Superman Legacy is labeled as Apex, and Gunn has been seeing black actors for the part. Could we be getting Apex Lex Luthor? Now, Apex Lex Luthor was part of the whole Scott Snyder run on the Dark Knight's Metal Justice League, where Lex Luthor was reborn as an immortal Martian-human hybrid. It was all like this big story arc in Scott Snyder's Justice League. I don't think that they're gonna be doing all that. I think that's just a code word. I think the main villain for me personally, I think it might be Parasite, because Parasite is an apex predator. Parasite consumes powers, especially Superman, and I think he would be like a great first villain, especially since James Gunn loves doing those big, fantasy monster creature shit. So I could definitely see Parasite being the main villain, or it could just be, another code word for another villain that we don't know about. Either way, I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think Lex Luthor is gonna be the main villain. I do think he will be like a part of the supporting characters in the background, but I think it would be cool if we see Parasite. That would be fucking awesome, because we never seen Parasite in live action before, so that would be really cool. And it's right up James Gunn's alley. So Apex, I see you, James Gunn, and I think it's Parasite. And as always, hit like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, @Cheeks, and let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think David Corenswet is our next Superman? If I was to put money on it, if I was to put the house on it, I do think David Corenswet is our next Superman, and that would just be fucking amazing. God tier casting. Love you all. Stay safe. Mwah. Big kiss.
Look, here's the thing.
Listen,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.